I'm gonna try and capture without flashing the process of this shoot, which required 1,000,001 product. You guys have no idea, 1,000,001 things needed to be, including blueberries. It's and gooseberries or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how it's coming together. Have the actual color and the actual color. This is definitely purple. I got the grapes with it, and this is here. Oranges, which are here. Someone had said if you put cotton wool, it could look like clouds. I set it up. Is there a rug? Wait, how do I? So I have to lead, like.
So I'm much lower. I'm just at the edge of the cabinet. That's what we're doing.
It is a set. I mean, hello. Blueberry eyes. Set. Exactly. Honestly, do you need me to come build you a set? Because I'm gonna be there. We've all called bets on what is going to be on the inside of this. Nick thinks it's, what did you say, Nick?
Purple.
Purple. Okay.
Or a berry pink. Yeah.
Purple.
Berry pink with a bunch.
Okay. Purple or
Jabez?
Yeah, Jabez.
Jabez, sure.
Colorless.
Colorless, which is so questionable because what does colorless
Grey,
mean?
white, colorless.
Okay,
That's
gray
the
white.
way we-
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh my gosh, there's some that are that.
Yeah.
By the way, Jabez might win this one.
Color?
Slimish grey. Whitish grey.
Whitish gray. Angie,
Where do I do?
you said
Red.
red, and I'm saying it's a dark berry pink shade.
So what Nick said.
I don't know if you can see Nick in the corner, like
Yeah,
somewhere
what
back.
Nick
Yeah.
said, yeah.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Okay. Let's see. Let's cut it up.
Let us see.
Ooh, it looks like I'm not wearing any clothes, but I'm obviously wearing clothes.
So you cut it from here.
Yes.
Like this.
Okay. Yes, in half.
Chidididin. Chidididin.
What did I say? I think Nick and I are it. Hey! Oh my gosh, that is so juicy. But you're right, there's some that are usually that color, Jabez, for sure. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Ow! No, please. Look at that. Making me lose hair that I've worked so hard. No. I have to be really careful with how I remove these clips. Anyway, hello. How you guys? Also, I'm feeling a bit self-conscious because there's people in the other room and I'm just trying to be like, how much can they hear me? It's so weird. When it's me on the vlog, got this. So confident, I can talk. I feel really clear on what it is that I'm trying to say and do. When there's other people in the vicinity, I'm just like, but anyway, I'm still gonna try and like talk normally. Hello from freshly done hair. I went to Hellen. I don't know if you're from back in the day, then you'll remember Hellen because she's someone who I used to go back to over and over and over for all my relaxes. Now I go to someone else to do my texturizers and my protein treatment. That's Patrick. Incredible. And then Helen is who I go to if I want to have a weave installed or if I'm just doing a really moisturizing treatment. She even puts butter. I'm not even kidding. Sometimes she puts like Ethiopian butter and mixes it with our treatments and whatever I bring to her that day. So I just came from her salon this morning because I knew I had a shoot and I just wanted my hair to be extra bouncy. Can we see how we're doing really well with length? I mean, I don't know if this is the longest my hair has ever been. I think there was a season where it was probably a bit longer than this, but I feel really happy with the progress, and that's why I've got to be really careful and gentle when it comes to how I take care of it, moisturizing, yada yada yada. I'm digressing. The thing that I really want to talk to you about is not typically where I'd go, because I'm really conscious of the energy I bring onto this platform, and I always just want it to be positive, but there's a conversation I want to have with you guys. And one of the things I'm doing differently this time around is that I'm having those conversations that typically I'd wonder if is it too much? Am I talking about other people? Will it upset people? Will it rattle people? But it's something that has been on my mind. It's something that I've discussed in therapy the last couple weeks. It's something that I'm being confronted with. You know how when something comes into your mind, life just starts throwing it at you. So we're going to have that conversation. And it is about where you place your value or who influences decisions that you make, stroke ego. Because I think they're connected. And I want to start with this video that I watched recently. It's a YouTube video that I watched recently, and it was a lady who was talking about, I'm not going to say who it is, but you know, you probably, if you're big on YouTube, you probably know who it is, because she's one of those iconic YouTubers. But she was talking about her she's been talking about her weight loss journey for a while, but this particular video was really interesting. I clicked on it so fast because I thought it took you through the use of the Ozempics. I don't know the technical terms, but you know that world of Ozempics and how it's kind of blown up, and it feels like more and more people across the world, not just in the West, but across the world, people are going to that and using that to help with weight loss, to curb cravings and unhealthy eating habits. And it just, I think the main thing here is weight loss. Could be other things, and I think in her video she was also talking about her doctor recommending it for medical reasons, but she was so clear, vanity. Now, it's so easy to go straight to judging, which the first time I heard of Ozempic, it was just like, but why do you need to do it? Just do the work, don't do that. That I'm sure has other problems associated with it, or side effects are associated with it. It's so easy to go to the judging space for someone who's not had to deal deeply with weight issues. I know the last video we talked about, not the last one, but the one before, and a little, you know that I'm trying to lose weight. So yes, I deal with weight issues, but it's not extreme. I'm not trying to lose 60 kilos. And so it's so easy for me to be like, do you really have to do that? But who am I to say? Who am I to say? Part of the reason I am trying to lose weight is vanity. It's how I want to look. It's because I have a vision of what I think my body could look like. Not what it did in its 20s, but you know, a curvier, thicker version, but a solid one. Point is, what was so strong to me, or the thing that came out the most, and it's because that's the season I'm in, is questioning what's influencing those decisions. You remember when everyone was doing lip fillers and it became the cool thing, and then it was butt implants and it became the cool thing? The reason I've been thinking about this is because on my end, the thing I've been battling with is how ego, or what I seem to think are the world's projection on what they think my life should look like, how that has impacted my finances and my decisions, my financial decisions. Because a part of me thinks that I ought to be living here, driving this, flying this way, you know, tipping this much, or there's an ought to be that informs a lot of my decisions, or had been informing a lot of my decisions without noticing or realizing that it was doing that. And I think everyone, to some degree, you can't say that all your decisions are free of influence or what society deems as normal or valuable. I think we're all, to some level, playing into that a little bit. And you know, in some cases, I guess it serves us, but in others, it can be really detrimental. It can be like, it's not helping you at all if your decision is based off of what you think others will approve of or think is worthy or valuable. And I was thinking about that, about the Ozempics, from the Ozempic situation, and just thinking, oh, I wonder how many people are going to make that decision based on what they believe the world thinks is beautiful or the right weight, or what, you know, fill in the blanks. But also for me, How have I been living my life these last few years? Because I do think it's been really informed by that. And that's what I'm trying to unlearn and actively, so that my decisions from now on is not based, it was down to even the car I was going to try and purchase this year. Purely because that's the car that I thought I should be in. And not just because I was thinking that, it's because I heard it too. And I heard it from people who love me and I love dearly, and they were like, that's the car I see for you. And by the way, yes, amen. Maybe that times 10 and like a whole garage full of cars. But at the same time, how much of am I now working towards something that doesn't serve me today because I have other priorities and other goals that I have for myself and my family? So why am I going to strive for that when I've not sorted other things here? I really have just been thinking a lot about ego and about, what informs our decisions. And I just wanted to put it on the table. We can have a discussion about that. I don't know if you're struggling with that, or if maybe this will kind of, open your eyes to what could be that for you, and what's that thing you probably need to tweak or change. For me, when it comes to food, I kind of feel like I just know. I don't think a lot of it is informed by what the world thinks I should look like. Some of it, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel self-conscious about certain things, and then people will make some comments about how I've added weight, and I'm just like, can you just not? Okay, I can see it. I don't need you to call it out. Thank you. Okay. And it's because I'm also not happy in my body. I guess that's why I feel that way. But the weight thing is not my thing so much. The money thing is my thing, and I've looked back and I'm not happy with a good chunk of the decisions I had been making and what had informed those decisions. But we're changing that. And I just want to know, what are your thoughts? Does it make any sense to you? Does it resonate at all? And what about your life do you think you could tweak a little? Anyway, I have an event this evening. I'm going to go with my namesake, Sharon. You've never seen Sharon on the vlogs because that friendship just really blossomed in the last year, and I don't think I was vlogging much then, so I don't think you've seen her, but she's my namesake. And it's so interesting how our worlds collided last year, and it's been such a fulfilling friendship, such a nourishing friendship. And there's an event at Cultiva, so I have to go back home, get ready for that, who knows what I'm going to wear, and then we are carpooling. I think we're going to both take a cab and meet somewhere along the way, so I'll bring you along for that as well. But today was such a good day when it comes to content creation. I just feel really happy with what we put together, and I'm just so excited to see how it comes out. I got a lot of inspiration from two creators, so good. Those two, they're just like freaking geniuses in my mind. Incredible. Anyway, I now have to leave this Airbnb, and tell me if you want us to talk about hair, because I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about where this is going and how it's coming along. I kind of have it as a blunt, not a blunt cut, but I don't have the layers in it either, and I'm so happy with that decision. I just really want my layers to grow out so that it all is the same length. But stuck in a bit of traffic, but we are not too far from where we're going to meet Sharon, my namesake. But I was listening to a podcast and it made me want to bring this up again, because it was like, I said it. It's almost like when you're in the headspace, things just come to you that reinforce that idea or remind you of that thought. Kind of like when you're trying to buy a car and then you just keep seeing the same car over and over again. But it was a Trevor Noah podcast, and he was saying how he was the person he was interviewing, this black artist, was talking about how value is so subjective, and if you're not careful, the rest of the world will be kind of placing that value on an item, and you'll just jump on the train or the bandwagon without really considering if that's what you want for yourself. So he was giving the example of like a Christian Dior bag, and how also I may be butchering this slightly, but he was giving the example of a Christian Dior bag and how there are these videos, I'm sure you've seen them on like TikTok or YouTube, but it's someone who's picking apart the bag and just telling you exactly bit by bit what each piece costs. And it could come to a total of $200, but at the end of the day they're going to sell it for $2,500, maybe even $3,000. And it's just a case of where do you place your value, and does it make sense for you? And if you're not careful, you'll be running round circles trying to keep up with the Joneses, and who knows even what informed the Joneses, okay? Where did they get their ideas and their values, and why does it matter to them, and should it matter to you? But it's not quite exactly what they were talking about, but I just thought I could draw the parallels between the idea of placing your value on an object and deciding that this Hermes bag is going to be worth 40,000, like 4 million shillings, $40,000, whatever these fancy ones are, and it's not, there's nothing to it besides what people have decided is worth something. And you could spend your time and your life trying to get the bag that isn't really worth it, but it makes sense for you. You could decide. You could just be like, girl, I know, I don't care, I just still like the bag, I want to get it. But if it's something that you're going for because it's something to aspire to, but it's not necessarily what you aspire to get and for yourself, then it's just not worth it. That's not what I want for myself anyway, and I don't imagine that's what other people want for themselves, if it's decisions that they're making that they haven't really considered for themselves and decided whether that's the direction they want to go in. Anyway, I just wanted to say that even the podcast I was listening to was just like dropping the gems. It was so lovely. But we're about 5 minutes out, and then I get to show you Sharon. Have you yes, I have. Meet my namesake. Hello, Sharon, who ended up being not just my namesake, but like we're two sides of a coin in some ways. And then in other ways,
so different in other ways.
That's what two sides of a coin.
Oh yeah. My God.
It's the blind leading the blind here, okay? This is why I feel so strongly about you being in my life. Because it's what I would say. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, and it's also like, yeah, we're so different too. I feel you so much. Anyway, we had a little detour and ended up, I'm so happy I was with you, babe, because I 100% I wouldn't have gotten those
I'm actually
shoes.
so surprised you don't own anything pink.
Yeah,
because
yes.
It looks so good on your skin. I'll send you the videos.
Okay, so then I'll be able to show. But I got a pink boot. If this doesn't tell you what that trip is that I mentioned, and Sharon helped with like having a bit of fun. This actually makes so much sense. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, you really just, it was the right one.
Because you guys, Sharon had picked some very, very
brown boots.
Simple brown boots. And I was like, bro, we're going to see Beyonce. Oh, you have to put a bleep.
I think everyone at this point knows that that's the thing. I think they know. I've been teasing like there's something happening, but I haven't said what it is. But also, I think at this point it's fine. It's fine. It's almost like it's like as if I did it myself. But you're right. I was gonna just go in because I don't know. Yeah, it's so easy to stay in the safe space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like this tour, the whole Beyonce vibe right now, like it's very experimental. Yeah. And so like the idea is to come out of your shell and try something different.
Yeah.
It's
That actually,
I just feel like that's kind of what she's pushing.
I get that.
Also, Sharon, why don't you have anything pink?
I don't know. Do you have pink stuff?
I do. Like pink and what's the thing that's ketchup?
Red.
No, the other one.
Berry.
Mustard. We can't play charades together.
No! Do the thing. But actually, you're right. It's mustard, of course.
So I do mustard, pink.
Oh, I love the mustard and
Those are my
those colors I'm all over, and the greens and all the other colors I'm into. I don't know if I have anything. Maybe I have one pink sweater, but it actually has challenged because I think I'm the kind of person who can wear any color. I think a lot of black people can get away with that. So why am I restricting myself? And now I have pink boots.
You'll be a pink cowgirl. I think that's actually very cute.
And actually it makes sense because the rest of my outfit will be really safe. Like it will be really simple. So I might as well just have fun with this.
This is the era where you're coming out of your shell.
Yeah.
So we love it. And welcome back on YouTube.
Thank you. Also, I'll link your channel below. I think we want to turn right.
You know, you guys.
Please, let's turn right here. Let's turn right here. Yes. Okay. I have something to tell you guys if you didn't know.
Could you report yourself?
Yeah,
if your issues about driving
or control is really the bigger thing.
Have you?
And then left here. I think I have to guide.
Sharon can't be a passenger. A passenger princess, literally. Yes. That's like against everything you believe in.
No, but I'm working. I would like to. No, I'm not really. But I would like to get there eventually. Yeah. Sharon, you know what Sharon was saying? We could have taken a. Like we're headed to, I think I told you guys we're going to Kaltiva for a dinner thing, and he could have turned towards Village Market, Runda, Kiambu Road. Sharon would not have known. Maybe when we were in Kiambu itself is when she'd be like,
I'd have had to say Village Market and say, oh wait, I thought we were going to Kaltiva.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just like, but you're not indicating. Like, I don't know what
to talk to her, and she's literally looking at us. She's like, yeah. You said therapy? Okay, yeah. And then, Dan, please go to the left. I'm like, hello.
Yes. But also the Kaltiva Road, I think there's something that's one of the roads that's been closed. I was here on last weekend.
Oh, okay.
And but so I know that road.
On James Gushuru when this was happening.
That is true. Yeah. Maybe but we're working on. Actually, that's maybe some.
I don't know.
I don't know if we need to work. I'm not sure. This is not the one I'm necessarily working on. But you saw it happening because I just was like, he's not going to turn. He's not indicating. He's not even on the right lane. So I've got to do this.
That's what we.
That was so. I didn't even film that. That was so good. I was busy just being like, wait. That was so good. Good morning. I didn't really get to talk to you much at the event yesterday. Also, gonna put how can I have my hair done and it's not down? Excuse me. I just had it out of the way as I was trying to get to the office. I'm just so happy about the progress and how it looks. Got rained on a little bit yesterday, but I was like, it's okay, it's fine. Even if it just gets a little bit more poofy, it's Ooh. I just know if my hair could do this all day, every day, it'll be a problem for everybody, okay? It's really just, sometimes it just has to be up, especially when I wash it myself. I then have to, sometimes I don't even blow dry it, so I'll air dry it, so I just know this is a season, it's staying up, it's not gonna look glossy and black and all those things. I'll put my oils and my moisturizers, but it's not gonna be as cute. This version that's like freshly pressed and Anyway, I didn't talk to you much about the event, and I don't even know if I told you much about the brand or anything, so let me fill you in a little. First, I'm so happy I had Sharon with me. She's just such a ball of good energy and light and such a yummy presence in my life. I'm so happy she was there. We were just dying of laughter at little bits, and the event was hosted by Hesh in partnership with Lintons, because they're coming into the market, and it's a German brand that focuses on nutrition and wellness, and so they were bringing in their collagen products, which from what I understand, there's one specific one that's really potent and really, really good for you. It's a bit on the pricier side, but the reason I was interested in going is because you guys know I'm on a wellness journey and I'm trying to make lifestyle changes. So anything that comes to me that has to do with products, supplements, activities, things that better me. Is that a real thing to say? Better me. That make me better? I'm into it, all over it, yes. So went together with Sharon, and it was so beautiful. Cultiva, I didn't know that they'd extended or they had that, so maybe they always had it. I don't think so. I don't know. But that section was gorgeous. I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. So happy I'm sitting with you guys, and it's just done so beautifully. Today I'm in the office early because we are launching the laptop sleeve. I would show you, but you are currently sitting on it, so you can be propped up a little bit higher. But it's the one that's got like the tribal print, mud cloth print, that black and white one that a couple of you actually DM'd me on Instagram to be like, where is that from? Launching today, so by the time you're watching it, it would already have been out. And I'm just so excited because I've gotten a few people also just putting it on their stories like, gosh, I really love this, and it's just always heartwarming, especially since this year has been different in business and it's not been the same kind of traction and sales, and so I'm really trying to dial down and be really sure about what it is we're dropping. I've not always got it right. Even this so far, I don't think I've got it right all the time, but I just want to make sure that I'm just doing it right and we're not just throwing things out that aren't going to kind of stick or be of interest to you guys. I also, before I get into prepping for launch, oh god, there's actually so many things I need to do for that, but I also wanted to just go back to the conversation yesterday a little bit. The one I was trying to, you know, draw comparisons between well, I kind of started talking about Ozempic and all the GLP, I don't know what the terms are, but that world, and drawing that to finances in my world, and the core thing here being the fact that I don't know if all our decisions are purely based on what our wants and our desires are. And I just wanted to go back to it because I know it's a sensitive topic, and I was talking to Sharon about it yesterday, and I just wondered, I don't know if I gave it the seriousness or depth that it deserves. And I don't want to just talk about something flippantly and just be like, yeah, just, you know, this is the truth and this is my truth, so whatever, I'm just putting it out on the internet. I think I also have a responsibility to be careful about how I'm sharing it and what it is I'm trying to say. My point wasn't around the weight loss items. It was around, or what, you know, that specifically. It was around the decisions that we make for ourselves, our bodies, our lives, our children, our finances, and trying to understand what actually is driving that. Who's placing value in those decisions, and is that influencing what we do for ourselves, and is that even what we want for ourselves? And I, quite honestly, like I kind of even felt the same way when I was at the event yesterday, a little bit. But I was talking to someone, and the language they were using to describe a product was very heavily geared towards its like beauty and like no wrinkles and weight loss and other elements and blah blah blah. And I wonder if you're saying that because you think that that's what that's what will hook me, because that's what the world is focused on now. So I get why there's like an interest there. But in fact, we even kind of, I brushed up to her and I was saying how if I said to you guys, may not be the truth, but chances are, if I said to you guys, there's this product I've been taking and it's really good for bone density, it's so wonderful, and it just, you know, she even said it like, yeah, I don't have any inflammation in my knee. She was saying that if she gave the example of inflammation in the knee, people would be like, good for you. If I said I have Korean-like skin and it's so supple and bouncy, and then I showed you, oh, my hair went from here to here, everyone would buy that product, even though those things are not as important as maybe the fact that it would help with cataracts, help with bone density, help with muscle, help with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But we're so drawn to this other thing. And I think it's because of marketing. That's my marketing, maybe society and culture. My point with that, which is what I'm reiterating, because I want to make sure that this is what really comes out, not necessarily what decisions you make for your body. Do whatever makes you happy. 100% all day, every day. If it works for you, do it. You don't have to explain it to anyone. Look fabulous. Take whatever you need to take. Lose the weight I'm trying to, because I want to look a certain way in my clothes. Or spend your money however you want to spend it. But what's informing that? And even for me, if I'm being very honest, this trip that Sharon shared that we're going for, that we're going to pretend didn't really happen, but we know it's happening. But we're going to save it for the next video. But this trip, I don't think I should be going on that trip. And if I had realized, if I'd clocked this before, I wouldn't have made the decision to go. But in the words of Jay-Z, which I actually don't know if he said it, because I don't know what song he said it in, but someone years ago told me Jay-Z said this, and I've been repeating it ever since. But in the words of Jay-Z, you can't afford something if you can't pay for it twice. So if you are trying to buy a laptop and you've got 50,000 for the laptop and only 50,000, technically you can't afford to buy it if you kind of live by that principle. And I love that idea. But you might still have to buy it, whether you might still have to buy it. You need it for school, for work, whatever it is. But where you want to be is where you have money for 2 laptops. But this one is going into, you have 100K, but you can put that 50K into the laptop. And I was thinking about it because I was going to make a decision about a car, and based on that principle, girl, so far from affording it. And it changed my approach to this completely. I slashed my budget by a third, because I was like, I'm not going to, and I'm planning for it too, but I'm not going to pay for a car that I think I should be in because it looks like the car I should be in, but my bank account says different. But to the world, I'm going to be in the car that I should be in. But deep down, I don't want to be stressing about the same things I stress about today. I don't want to think about, oh my gosh, school fees is around the corner. Oh my gosh, how do we make that insurance payment? Oh my gosh, there's this other thing that I wanted to do, and there's that investment, and there's that, or my business needs an injection, or whatever it is. But at least I've got a nice car that people think is nice when they see me in. No, that's really where I want. That was what I was trying to get to, and I hope that's what came across yesterday. But as I was talking to Sharon, I just thought, oh, I wonder if I really made it clear that it's not about what you take, where you spend your money, who you're with. It's about whether you have made that decision for yourself and you've considered that. I'm rambling and going on, and I have to put this product out. This laptop sleeve and the belts too. I'm gonna get the belts and show you guys. I also found another laptop sleeve to show you guys, just in case you hadn't seen it, but this is it in partnership with Aqeeq. I am really proud of this, and how cute are the details, the pattern, the color blocking, the tassels, and the leather. This is a beautiful yellow hunting suede piece, and then inside we have got a kind of partition, so you can put like notebooks. I put multiple things in there. I put my laptop and my notebook and sometimes my iPad as well, and it all fits comfortably. And then the belts that we're launching are these two. We've got it in black and in this tan color, and it's in hunting suede leather, so it has a beautiful texture to it. It is more expensive than the other leathers we've used in the past, but I just really wanted to elevate the piece. And then of course the buckle is this like antique looking statement piece, and one is in this like gold that leans more to almost like a brassy strong gold. I don't know how else to explain it. When you see it, you'll know what I mean. And then silver and black. But they're so beautiful. And I wish you, oh, and then we've got the ends here. They're two different sizes. And then the thing about our belts is that we have more notches than normal. I think typically the standard is either 5 or 6. I might be wrong about that, but we have always increased ours just so that it fits people where they want it to fit, and we have 3 sizes as well. And you can decide whether you want it up here or lower down based on the size that you pick, and then we've increased the notches so that it sits and it works better for you. But I'm really proud of these pieces. All right, now I'm going to set everything up and get to prepping for the launch. I can properly show you my outfit. What is it about? Oh, there, it's brightened up. It brightened up a little bit. But I can properly show you my outfit. I mean, even though I don't know if I ever really... Why don't I show you guys what I'm wearing? I'm going to try and do better. Because even yesterday, I don't think I really showed what I was wearing. But I'm wearing our navy unitards. I've got shoes that I got from Max. My denim jacket is thrifted. My hair scrunchie is from Studio Fit. Bracelets and rings are from Masai Market. Eyewear is the Urban Tortoise. Jewelry is all over the place, but I want to say majority of it is from Aqeeq Galleria. This is like the more fine jewelry. And watch is from Trevor. What is it? No, Trevor is his name. What is Trey World? It's from Trey World. That's it for the outfit. Comfortable and kind of warm and layered, so it works for me. Anyway, I am now at the Equetta store. That is, what is the official, sorry, excuse me, what's the official name of this complex? It's called Raptor what? Oh, Promenade. Okay, yes, thank you. It's at the Raptor Promenade. I just knew that it was on Raptor Road, and they've not even officially launched yet. So they're still, you'll see, they're still kind of setting the store up. There's little details that, you know, like stock needs to come in, and part of what we're discussing is how to and where to place our products. I don't know if you know, but I do have some products that we do in partnership with certain brands, and Equetta is one of them. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. That is so pretty. I just got distracted. And so we're kind of just talking through where to place it, and also just talking through upcoming products, how best to go about that, what should be launched when, pricing, the whole 9 yards. Hi, this is so random. I think the last time I spoke to you, I was still at Equetta. I don't have my vlogging camera, I'm using my phone now. In fact, I'll move slightly just so that it's books more than stationery bits. And it is Saturday now. I am about to watch a movie with my dad, which is the first time we've done this. We've not done this, I mean, we've done it before, but first time in years. I'm at Educate Yourself, and I thought I would show you guys, now that I'm killing a bit of time. He's on calls and I'm in a bookstore, which is what I like to do when I have time to kill in a mall that has a bookstore. So I'm here, and I thought I would share with you some of the books that I've really loved and would highly recommend. Oh, Dad! Do you want to talk? Do you want to say hello quickly to my? I'm filming.
Huh?
I'm filming. Will you wave a little?
No.
Okay. I thought you were going to take a while, and we have a while before the movie, so I was going to try and show the books that I've really enjoyed in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just in case you're in the market for a good book and you're not sure where to start. And I love books so much. Actually, on my upcoming trip, the one thing, there's 2 things I know I will do. I'll go to Borough Market for the food experience, and then I'll go to a bookstore. In fact, I've got multiple bookstores, Foyles and Waterstones. From what I've heard, those 2 are worth trying. But also, I would love to know what you think. Did I say where I'm going? I keep spoiling this whole surprise situation, aren't I? I'm going to stop talking. Let me show you the books. Okay, so I'm starting with an obvious one. I think everyone's heard about this one. If not, I would say give it a try. Pretty much everyone, except for one person. But everyone who's read this book has, good things to say about it, because it's quick-paced, and I'm not the kind of person who gives any spoilers, for the record, so you're not going to get that from me. But it's fast-paced, and it's like a page-turner. You don't have to think twice. Colleen Hoover, it's one of those easy reads. What else would I say? This was lovely, and it got turned into a movie. I'm the kind of person who has to read the book before I watch the movie. But I would recommend this. It was really lovely in a very different way. Oh, this has one of those covers that you're just like, I swear I have depth to me and my name. I promise there's more to me. But it was another easy page turner. I don't know about you guys, but I like to, if I read a heavy book, like there's a book I finished, the sequel to, oh my gosh, what is it called? The Girl with the Louding Voice. I forgot what the sequel was called. But it was a heavy book. It had some heavy themes. And in between, I need something that it's like Jack met Jill. I'm like, got it. I'm with you. So that it's not just all heavy kind of reads. So that was another easy page turner. Not one that I would really, I don't know. It's just one of those easy ones. This is another one. You know what I'm realizing? I'm not seeing any of my like African books and writers. I don't know if I'm in the wrong spot. I might have to move and show you guys others. But this is another popular one that I'm sure you've heard of. But just in case you hadn't and you're not sure what to read, this is lovely. Really, really lovely. I also just read this actually this year. I watched this show several years ago and I then realized that it had a book and I was like, why did I do that? Because I would prefer to read the book before I watch the show. So I gave myself years so that I can forget what I had watched and what it was about. So I just finished this maybe 2 months ago, but it's another really lovely one. Unexpected twist. Feels like I'm in the section for like books written by Caucasian women with a very American or Western theme, and I like, there's other things that I would love to show you. I'll walk around and find them. I'll walk around. Let's move. This isn't working. I also think I lost my dad somewhere. I can't find any others. I know there's some at the front, but I don't want to walk there. Okay, this is a book that I liked. This isn't why I'm like, oh my gosh, but this is a book that was unexpected, and it even got me researching a bit because I realized I was a bit ignorant about certain things, especially when it came to Islamic women and their liberties. I thought things had moved so far in that, you know, like honor killings wasn't a thing anymore. Foolishly, I thought in most parts of the world that it's not a thing. And then this got me researching, and I realized how ignorant I was about that matter. The thing I'm about is T. If you're watching this, I found our book. I found our next book. I've heard so much about this. I was actually going to go into a bookstore when I traveled to look for this book specifically, and she also recently traveled and she was on the hunt for this. I don't think she found them, but I'm so excited. I wish I could take you there and we could look at the books better, but that's where all the customers are. So instead, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I don't know if I would recommend this because I'm not even the kind who reads the back, so who knows. I kind of go on Goodreads. I love that space just to kind of know what people are reading and to gauge, like if 1 million people have read this and it's been rated 4 out of 5, you know it's going to be solid. And I think this is one of those that had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who'd read and rated it quite high. So I got our book. So excited. Let me look for my dad and watch Mission Impossible. See you guys.